my name is Abbas. I'm a second-year German and economics student. I went to a grammar school in North London where I studied German from year 8 through till year 13. And before that, my experiences with languages were based on being in a multilingual household. So my mom's from Tanzania, so she spoke Swahili to me, and my dad's from Nigeria. When I started secondary school, the first language we did was French. I enjoyed that, but then in year 8 I started German. So I had a few opportunities to actually go to Germany on an exchange in year 9, an exchange in year 10, and a work experience exchange in year 12. I feel maybe because of my family background, I took to languages a bit better, because I think there's some studies showing that children who grow up in multilingual households take to learning languages better. But in terms of why Warwick, so I always knew I didn't want to give up languages, but also thought, okay, I want to study economics as well. And Warwick was one of the few top unis which offered that combination, so I thought that would be ideal. In my first year, as part of the German language module, we got to do a research project on any topic we would want to do. So I chose mine on 2 different types of radicalization in Germany. So Islamist radicalization, far-right radicalization, how they play into each other, how they combat each other, etc. So because I was able to look at different German media sources to see how they react to the two, I found it really interesting, and it was also part of my actual speaking exam. So at the beginning of that, I was able to talk about something which interests me a lot. So I felt I was able to get as good a mark as I could because of that. For the first half or first semester, I'll be studying at the Freie Universität Berlin. So I'll looking to take quite a range of modules. Though I'm based in I think their English department, I'll also have access to their business modules, economics modules, etc., which will hopefully help me for my final year studies. But then for the second half, I'm currently applying for different work placements. So in a variety of cities from Frankfurt, Munich, and Berlin, mainly down the finance line, because that's the sort of thing which I'm looking to go into after I graduate. Currently, I'm thinking of going into either investment banking or asset management. So I have a few small experiences here and there. So being second year in a 4-year course, I did some spring weeks and the Easter holidays just gone. But I'm trying to see whether, okay, that's fully what I want to go into after. So whether that's an investment banking grad scheme with the likes of Citi, or whether that's actually not what I want to do. I'm hoping to use the year abroad to narrow it down a bit more. Definitely make the most of that summer between A-levels and starting university, or if you are on a gap year, making the most of that time. So like I say, I knew I was going to, well, I was very hopeful that I was going to work, as in I knew after results day, but I also had an idea of which module I wanted to take in my first year. So I probably should have used that summer a bit more to perhaps get ahead with the reading, try and find out from anybody who's already done that module, okay, what's the best way of approaching this? What tips would you have? Because quite often, say if you reach out to a student who happens to do your course or modules you may be interested in, they'll be willing to give, say, 10-15 minutes of their time just to give you some of those tips. But that 10-15 minutes could end up saving you hours down the line.